All right, welcome everyone. We are live here at the Is Your Six Covered Global Productions. So appreciate everybody showing up, and there's a lot of you guys out there already. And for the most part, I am on time, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video is going to be sponsored by my favorite Pure Leaf sweet tea. So let me get a drink of this real quick, and we'll get to yapping, having some fun. Big exciting news today for me. I must say, got a chance to shoot the Voodoo, got a chance to pick up the Voodoo, and I am super, super excited about it. Now, why am I super excited about it? Many reasons why I'm super excited about it. First one being because I had put an email interest thing into Voodoo to see what kind of time frames. You guys might have remembered that. And they said 15 weeks. 15 weeks is a long time. No, it's kind of like waiting for well, it's a little bit better, but it's like waiting for a suppressor, right? Not too much fun. Nobody likes to wait for anything, especially when they're all excited and pumped up and want to get it. So let's see. If there's anybody that's ever ordered anything online and were a little upset that they had to wait more than 25 minutes, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button because get some more people in here, and I appreciate it. Let's first, as we always do, jump to the comments and see who got first place. Car Kane got first place. We got Drew Bradley saying, dang it. Yeah, it's always fun. I like to see who always comes in first. We got Steve Headley out there. We got all sorts of great people. The Shaggy Rifleman. Car Kane is in there, of course. Reb's out there. Steve Headley. And let's see who else we got. 45 auto up. Now they're pouring in. Holy mackerel. Hold on. I got to start over. James Smith's out there. How you doing, James Smith? Doug B. Skulls out there. John Townley. Garage Guy 879. Davey J. Smoking Mountain Boys. What's up, Mr. Casey? John Jeffries. Conservative Sniper Hunter. Doug B. Ramsey Country. Damn it. There it keeps popping up because you guys are, which is awesome. I'm glad you're commenting. Let's see. Joe Dowdy. Sean Davis is out there. 45 auto, I said. Vanessa Kitty. Spy Sweepers out there. Ice House 2000. 20,005. Lead Mining 44s out there. Charles Tiffy. All right. Super excited today. So I went to VOD. This is the first time I've ever been to a shooting range and didn't shoot one round. So have you ever done that? Have you ever drove all the way to a shooting range just to grab something and turn around? Gunfather Precision's out there. Welcome. Appreciate everybody showing up. So went all the way out to the range and picked up a beauty. So before I show off this thing, because I know YouTube can eat a bowl sometimes, we got Pontius Pilot out there. But we was fortunate enough to pick up almost, and I mean like this close to almost brand new rifle. So this almost brand new rifle has about 200 rounds through it. Now it's got 250 rounds through it. But I picked it up. We sighted it in. I had to borrow a 0 MOA scope mount because I didn't have any. The rifle was built with a 30 MOA scope mount on it, and I was just basically out of mounts. So I didn't have any mounts. And luckily, I know a guy by the name of X-Ring, and he had an extra one. He's letting me borrow it till I pick one up. So we got the FX. I think it's the FX. No, it's the F3R mount on it too. Oh, I hear Peanut Gallery somewhere in the Peanut Gallery. You are helping out. I almost showed off the magic already. Don't want to do that yet. So we went back to X-Ring's house, or Ray Mundo, as some may call him, especially myself. And I had a chance to shoot some groups with this thing. It was amazing. So I was shooting pretty decent groups, and I got a video coming out. I'll probably put it out tomorrow or tonight. I'm still late. I still got to do the safe video, but I want to add more to it because I put some plastic over it to keep the rain off of it. Welcome, Ray. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Very well.
Hello, everyone.
And we got Silver Fox in the house. Mr. Silver Fox is out there. We got Ranger 10, Big D's out there, Vanessa. And Ray got this thing to shoot one hole. I was like, when I walked up to the target, I was like, damn, I was pretty dang impressed. So I've been shooting the Ruger RPR. The Ruger RPR has been a great shooting rifle. It's been I competed with it, did okay with it. And, man, the extra money that they do cost, the Voodoo, the V-22, I would say is well worth the money. There's amazing things you can do with this. Now, I was shooting Elite 10X before, so I wasn't shooting like some, big box bulk ammo kind of stuff for the competition. And I wasn't trying to, basically put the RPR against the Voodoo because I knew from shooting Ray's Voodoo that obviously it shoots quite a bit better. But we've been using great ammo. And actually out of that rifle, Lapua 10X. No, Lapua Center X. Lapua. We've been having fun with this all day.
No, everybody keeps making fun of the way
Lapua.
We enunciate things. We're from the South.
Make me a mod so I can silence those flannel. That's right. What a great day.
And Conservative Sniper Hunter said another 80s shirt, I guess, but
it's not 80s. It's called a flannel.
Yeah, here in the mountains, they're pretty popular around here. So
Cameron, how you doing? So there is. He's saying the Voodoo boys. Well, luckily, fortunate for me, I was lucky enough to get one, and I got to say thanks to Ray because he's actually the one that hooked me up with this thing. So I wouldn't have had it any other way.
You don't want to liken it to something else. You remember the whole you don't know what you don't know? It's kind of like the guys that are competing and then they step it up to that 2011. Until you shot one or something like that, you don't know. And even though the RPR, the CZs, I've got a video coming out on it as well, and it's a lot of my own personal opinions on it. Look, I love my 455. The thing shoots great.
Does shoot.
Matt borrowed it at the last match.
The and shoots great.
I shot it at the first match.
That was shooting.
But there's no comparison. There is no comparison between those and a Voodoo. Voodoo has to be one of the.
It is.
I'm not going to say the action is smoother than my Anschutz. That Anschutz is smoother.
It's accurate, more accurate.
But it is more accurate than my Anschutz
definitely
is. It is
a little bit more. When you put 5 rounds, basically
10.
Was it 10?
The other day I did 10.
Oh, you did 10. Yeah.
Never left the circle on the red field. It's insane.
He put 5 in the same hole. I wasn't good enough to shoot 5 in the same hole, but they were all like. And I was impressed with the groups I was getting. Let's see.
Charles Tiffy, I do want to address this. The very first time I ever saw a Vudoo Gunworks rifle was at SHOT Show about 3 years ago. And I was with Ray and Zach over with Thunder Beast, great guys. And they said, let me introduce you to this 22. It'll be a great trainer to my AI because they offer the exact same chassis in a 22. And I looked at it and I said exactly what Charles Tiffy said. There ain't no way I'm paying $3,000 for a 22. I remember saying that.
He said,
and I am eating those words today.
You're eating crow.
I am eating crow because at the time it wasn't a priority, because I was doing a lot of long range.
Yeah.
But now
it's too fun.
It's not only too fun, it's also more economical now.
You don't have to reload.
You got to source the 22, but fortunately we're able to get some sourced, and you're not reloading. You just have to pick up that brass, but you're practicing the same things. The positions, all of that's the same.
Yeah. Now it doesn't matter if you can't afford one of these. Doing the positional shooting we did bazillion rounds. Obviously, I'm exaggerating because I don't even know what a bazillion is, but we shot boxes and boxes and boxes. Doing just positional shooting and
with CCI standard velocity,
yes,
just practicing,
and it helped me so much.
Yeah, me too.
In a short amount of time.
Absolutely, it did.
I mean, I still suck. Don't get me wrong, but I went from really sucking bad to.
But we had everything. We pulled cattle fences from behind the top.
Everything we could.
We had rangers. We had ladders. We had stools. You name it.
Yep.
Because these are the type of things that you'll see at these matches. And we were trying to use that to prep for PRS when in reality, we didn't know we were getting all this training for this rimfire stuff.
It worked out well. I can see that I've progressed in the last
Absolutely,
year.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We got a great people out here. We got more people that showed up. A couple few that showed up was Ranger 10. We got Conservative Sniper Hunter. There was a couple. I saw
I
Bad
can't
Billy
quite
plus
read the
5.
comments
Yeah,
from my
it's tough.
location. So
I don't
if
have
you
the
said,
screen thing worked up. For some reason, it's not working. I went to my better computer, which it looks like I have a better screen. Maybe you guys can tell me. I had to upgrade a computer a few months ago, and the other one was just closer last night, so I grabbed that one. But Bad Billy's out there. What up, Bad Billy? Stump Greenwood. What's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. Scribble's out there as well. Gunfather says he's wearing a flannel right now, so kudos to Gunfather for wearing a flannel. Cameron's out there. Mike 21 STI. Who else we got? I know there was a couple other ninjas that showed up. Plus 5's out there. Scribble. Abigail's out there. Brian Duchesne, what is up? I've got the 457. Scribble says. Let's everything. Voodoo action versus CZ 457 action. Okay, let's do. So you want to see a little breakdown of that? Well, we got Body Man's Are Us out there. How you doing? Thanks for showing up. All right, so you have a lot more time with the CZ.
Yeah, I actually reviewed the CZ 455 as well as the 457 Precision Trainer. The reason I'm not shooting the 457 Precision Trainer is it has a 16-inch barrel. It was the only thing that was available at the time. You guys might have remembered that review. And while the 457 is a much better action, in my opinion, than the 455, it is still nothing compared to these V-22s. I hate to say that, but you really cannot compare them. I mean, it's like comparing, I don't want to just name a car,
like,
but
yeah,
it's
the CZ is like a Porsche. It's a great car. Hauls ass, does everything you need to do, goes around the corners well, and then you got what, Maserati or something's a little better.
I'd rather take the Porsche.
You'd rather take the Porsche? Okay, well then flop those around. I don't know. I'm just saying. I haven't.
You ultimately have to get to where you're going, and I wouldn't want to be in a Maserati for that. They're horrible.
They're horrible. Okay.
I've spent a lot of time on those cars.
Ferrari, I mean.
Well, same problem.
Same
Unless
problem.
you're just on a track with support crew. Yeah, no.
Revs out there. What's going on? And that's the thing. The one thing I did not like.
Brian Duchesne got me. This is his little like It Man. I've watched that entire series. I like the It Man series. So,
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Mac Eve's out there. One of the cool things is the AICS mags. Now it's a big mag that this one only holds 10, but it's not about the size of the mag and how many it holds per se. It's that it's actually shaped, looks, feels, and everything pretty much just like it would for the 6 Creedmoor.
Your Kydex holders that you use will fit.
Well, they fit so that's kind of the reason. A little bit closer to training for PRS centerfire. So that's one of the bonuses. The CZ, that was probably one things I did not like the most about a CZ.
Shaggy Rifleman.
The CZ is a Ford. I like Ford. Is the little AK thin magazine. That's the only thing I really probably would change on a CZ. I didn't. That's probably my biggest hiccup.
Yeah, you're going to pay $35 for a 10-round CZ magazine. And can you shoot a PRS match or a PRS rimfire match with a 10-rounder? Yes, you can. Until you get into those 12-round stages or possibly even a 15-round stage. And so you're going to need to buy an extension. An extension is pretty inexpensive. There's quite a few companies that are making them that are 3D printed, but you're going to want that. The AICS style mag that Voodoo makes, you can get 10s, 12s, and 15s. So that makes it really nice. Guys, when you think about it, a CZ 457 Precision Trainer or the Precision one that has the chassis system on it, you're still going to be over $1,000 without an optic. I'm not going to belittle a CZ because I really love CZ 22s.
They're great.
They make great rifles. Their barrel interchange system where you can just, take out some screws and replace the barrel. It makes it nice.
That's a huge bonus, actually.
But as good as they are, until you've shot one of these V-22s, you really can't appreciate it. There's that much of a difference.
It's stupid. I went back a little bit to catch up, but we got Matthew says he's got 2,000 rounds at the door, which is awesome. And ammo does make a huge difference. I mean, it's a huge difference. Kreideman, I don't know if Kreideman's out there yet. I haven't seen his name. He ended up shooting some Aguila. And it was decent match. I think it was
actually a Aguila match.
Yeah, and it was a decent, but being in the same squad, you could hear him shooting. It'd be like boom, 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 poof. and then it'd be like 5 feet low. So the consistency was, you're paying for the consistency of the ammo.
But we took that same rifle out, and I basically sold them some Ely.
Oh,
and it was nights and day different, a night and day different. You really have to find out what your rifle likes. Not only like with these Voodoos, not just that it's Lapua Center X, but what lot number. They can like different lot numbers more than others.
Yes, and actually the gentleman that I had picked the rifle up from, I actually asked him if there was a favorite lot number that rifle liked. And I'll show you guys in a second. Trying to wait for the YouTuber person watching to leave. I won't touch the rifle, but I will show you. So there is, rifles do like certain lot numbers.
Yeah, Charles Tiffy, great point. The video that I made tonight, I mentioned, don't let guys shooting these type of rifles stop you. The very first one I ever shot was with the CZ455, which was my daughter's rifle.
Yep.
It was too small. It didn't really fit me, and I just made it work. But it's a really fun sport. And even if you just got a 1022 off the shelf, not even an RPR, go out and shoot one. You will have an absolute blast. You will learn. It
is probably at the top of my favorite shooting matches.
I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would, but I don't want to admit that because the only people that ever really shot 22s when I was growing up were old guys.
This is a whole new world.
So
what are you talking about? I shot a 22 ever since I was like 5.
Exactly, but then you go away from them. You get into center fire and big bore stuff, and it's bigger and bigger. And as we get older, it's like, whoop, back to 22.
So by the time you're 6, you're supposed to be shooting a bazooka out of a tank? Or
no,
what?
now you'll be shooting little 17 Mach 2s or something.
Well, when you get old, you can't carry that ammo anymore. So you're like, I'll just switch to 22.
Hey,
I'm loving 22.
Just as a comparison, the Voodoo that I'm shooting with the XLR chassis, we weighed it tonight. It is 19.5 pounds.
So
you're not talking about something that's a lightweight. It's like a full-size PRS rifle.
You wouldn't know any different if you had glasses on that
absolutely.
the vision. John Telley says, anyone shoot the Gemtech match ammo in 22?
Yes, I have, and I have a lot of the Gemtech ammunition. It does not shoot as well as the Lapua or the Ely, of course, but it does shoot well. None of my rifles particularly favor it over the other. The ant shoots that I have is particularly picky.
Someone had asked what the cost was. Oh, Brian Duchesne did. I got it for $26.50. I don't mind saying that because
that's actually a very good deal.
Yeah,
you're not going to find a new one for that price. They start at a full. What is it?
Full
apparition. Apparition. Full build is going to start at $28.80, and that is going to be with a select chassis like the MPA or better. And it also depends on which triggers you choose, how you outfit it.
Yeah, Charles is saying send it to the Lapua Test Factory. I actually want a certificate to send one. It's like $50.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with them, Charles, but I actually filled out that form and that certificate last week. They're supposed to get back with you in a day. I've not received a call back. I've not received an email. And I've actually called them twice and left messages because I was wanting to get mine sent off so that I can get the lot number and get all of that back before we possibly shoot that NRL 22 match.
Well, that lot, whatever that was 407 or
704.
704, that stuff in this rifle shoots really good. So American dollars, yes, they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
American dollars, 45.
They're not cheap.
And the mags cost even more than that.
Okay, so remember you guys, I won my big win at the casino, which ended up being $400 because I had split it between 2 other guys. But I did sell my 2011, my Infinity, my Top Shot 16. So some of you guys may have seen that video. It's been around a long time. It's in 40 cal. It was basically one of 16, and it was the 16th one. So a little sad about that, but
it ended up going to a good home. So there's a little backstory, just for conversation. That pistol, I remember when it was bought. So when Top Shots came out,
was it bought?
Not bought. They actually made 16 of them, and number 1 through 10 were used in the show Top Shot. Mm-hmm. So you had 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I was offered that pistol a long time ago, and it was pristine, never been fired. I mean, it was just awesome. I declined on it because I already had some Infinities, and I had one that was on the way. Yeah, so I deferred that to Matt, and Matt's not with us tonight, but Matt actually said, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to buy it. So he bought it. And he didn't shoot it much because he started getting more into precision rifle, things like that. And so it just sat. And then we became friends with Rick, and Rick ended up purchasing it. And
I had it for
it came full circle. So today, I found a rifle for it. It wasn't a part of the deal. You give me the pistol and I'll sell you the rifle.
No.
I actually got an email last night, and I already knew that Rick was looking for one. And I was like, I'll take it. And the guy was like, really? I was like, I'll take it. And so I called Rick. I was like, hey, got a deal on a V-22. It's brand new with MPA chassis.
He didn't even finish the story. I was like, yep.
He's like, yep, I'll take it.
Yep.
And so we just happened to be talking. I was like, okay, well, what are you doing with that Top Shot? So that's going to stick around for a while.
Yeah, it's an awesome pistol.
Shaggy Rifleman, it is very tough to read your font.
I saw you eyeballing my cursive, Ray. Just pretend you didn't.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right, don't do that shit again. I'm gonna block your ass because I can't read that.
No, he's just kidding.
See, my Ruger RPR with a 26-inch barrel looks like a recoilless rifle on the back of an African pickup truck, like 38 inches overall length. Hey, man, as long as it shoots great, it's
whatever works.
So Cameron's out there. It says agreed conservative sniper hunter. Okay, so let's move over here. I'm not touching it, YouTube. But you see that it's in an MPA chassis. It's got the Vortex Razor HD Gen 2 4.5 to 27 that I like. That one actually is the one I swapped off for the H59 that I bought. So that one you're looking at has the EBR2C reticle in it. And it is, it's got the TriggerTech Diamond single stage trigger in it. Very nice. Actually, it's very light. You can see that it's got the spigot out front where the Atlas bipod is actually hanging out front out there. It does have the threaded barrel. And like we talked about, actually, we didn't talk about anything. Ray talked about in his previous videos about the suppressor. So I do have a suppressor that I had intended on putting on there. It was a Thunder Beast 22 takedown. David J sure likes that TriggerTech, he says. And I was thinking, yeah, that's going to be awesome. The last competition we shot, we actually both ran suppressors. And come to find out, your standard deviation is better with no suppressor, which in turn gives you a little bit more accuracy. So when you're shooting things this small at, X amount of yardage, why not try to be as accurate as you can? So, no, that doesn't have a spur mount on it. It's the F3R. Sorry, I did miss out on that. That is actually a 0 MOA scope mount because I don't have any zeros. It already has a 30 built into it. And it's a beautiful rifle. Loving it. And it's mine. Finally, I got a Voodoo. Been wanting a Voodoo for a while. Still a little up in the air on that grip. So that grip is a vertical grip, which I don't normally shoot anyways. But then it also has like a shield around it. So when you put your booger hooker in there, it only lets you touch the pad of your index finger. So it's like to try to help you always be more consistent. I'm just not used to that little thing being out there where you, I don't know. Did you like that thing?
I've shot the MPAs quite a bit.
No,
so I was already familiar with the grip and the vertical grip and the extension that bulges out to the side. And it's supposed to be to take up the slack when you're using a vertical grip so that you have something to rest this area on and pull straight back. It did not hurt the performance for me shooting it today. I mean,
no,
I've always liked the chassis. A little bit more on the rifle. That does have the kukri contour on it.
Does.
Mine has the MTU. That is a factory Ace barrel. Ace is what they recommend from V-22. I don't have a factory barrel on mine. Mine is actually a Bartline barrel. And yeah, he's got a nice setup.
Gunfather says he has a review on that grip. He really likes it. James Smith had said, have you tried the tuner with the suppressor? I have not.
I have not, nor will I. I mean, at this point, why wouldn't I just
18-inch
just take the suppressor off? They're not loud anyway. We're all shooting subsonic.
They're not,
it's less for me to have to monkey around with. I've always been one of those. Keep it simple. And I'm not going to mess with the barrel tuner. I'm not going to run a can anymore on the 22. I didn't realize how much of a poop storm it actually caused.
That was a good poop storm.
That poop storm ended up going all over the Rimfire forums on that video that I put out. It was on Sniper's Hide.
Did you see X-Wing's video on
nothing negative on me, but it confirmed my data. Multiple guys had tried the test after I posted the video, and it all came to the same conclusion. Your standard deviations will be lower, and your extreme spreads will be lower without a suppressor on your rifle. It doesn't matter which ones you're running. I only tested 3. I might visit that a little later on, but like Rick said, when you're shooting for those little tiny targets, every bit matters. So
the length of the barrel is 18 inches. And the other question was, the one he runs is the Trigger Tech Diamond 2-stage.
I run a Trigger Tech Diamond 2-stage. I've been running the Trigger Techs for a little while now. I love it. It is my favorite trigger.
That's an awesome trigger.
Mine's not as light as his. His is set very, very light. It's probably a little lighter than I would like it.
Yeah, and I'll probably tune it up after I play with it a little bit more. What's up, Hidden?
What's the difference between the Voodoo and the Anschutz? The Anschutz is not really set up for PRS style shooting. I actually looked at getting a chassis for it. There are some companies that make some chassis for the 54 style action, depending on what model it is. But by the time I got done with all of that, I was probably going to be cheaper just going with the Voodoo. And so I ended up going that route. But honestly, the Anschutz that I have feels like my Action International. The action is just unbelievably smooth. But I really didn't want to mess with the configuration of that Anschutz as well, because it's an older West German model. And
it is a nice rifle.
I just wanted to leave it alone.
That was the most accurate rifle I had shot until probably a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That was nice. Cameron says you retested and you were right on the money.
Yeah, there were quite a few guys that had run that test, but yeah, I had no idea that, I'm a nobody, but the stuff ended up on Sniper's Hide and Rimfire forums and everything else. It was good info. And as a matter of fact, I never specifically called out the gentleman's name, but I think when I mentioned the guy that was ranked #1 in the country right now, it led right back to him. And he said he was having to deal with it. He had to post up on it. I was like, man, I never used your name. And he goes, I know. But he's like, it's the same test we came up with.
Yeah.
And the guy has a stellar shooting career. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
He pulled it up tonight just to see. He was like, wow.
I'm like, damn. And this was ever since high
school.
Yeah,
200 match wins or something like that. 200 first place championships.
It was a lot of madness is what it was.
3 national championships. So, yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
Charles is right on that right there. That's not going to fix that. Let's see, Abigail. Difference between science and messing around.
That's right.
My diamond is at 5 ounces. It goes boom when you breathe on it. That's too light for me, Charles. Too light for me.
Right, because the Anschutz that I have is at 4, and it's too light.
Stupid.
Yeah, you're basically awesome, you touch it, and that's it. It's gone.
Are your trigger techs adjustable? Yes, they are. Commando 97, how you doing? What's your thoughts on the Rim-X? I haven't shot one of those.
So he's asking about the Rim-X, which is basically the Zermatt, basically like the Bighorn style action. And what they did was they came up with their version of a Rimfire. I've heard good things about them, but guys, going into this whole thing and having some custom rifles built, I was told to go with a Bighorn. I love it. I think they're great, but I've been having some feeding issues with those. Now I think it's because of the caliber and the magazine and all that. So the one that I had,
the Bighorn?
Yeah, the one that I had built up by Eagle Eye, that thing is a freaking tack driver. It really is. But we are having some magazine issues here and there. The best magazines we can get to feed out of that Zermatt and the 6 ARC, which is a shorter cartridge, is no reflection on the Zermatt action or the TL3. I think I'm going to have the barrel taken off, and I think I'm just going to go with like a Bartlein. I might just go 6 Creedmoor on that one. I thought about 6 BR. I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I said, hey, Hidden, what's up? Earlier. Bill Sweeney's out there. Hey, guys, speaking of triggers, do you know anybody wanting to sell one? That's for his CZ, right?
I don't know.
What are you trying to buy?
The CZ trigger that I put in,
Is
you
it
can get
on the
it from
700 action or no?
Well, if it's a CZ, is it a 457?
No, he was shooting. What was Sweeney shooting?
Sweeney was shooting a Bergara.
Oh, he was shooting a Bergara. I don't know
Yeah.
what that takes. Does it take a 700?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm not sure, Bill.
Yeah, I don't want to speak about it because I don't know a whole lot about the Bergara.
Hey, Bill, check it out. I don't know when you got here, but look what I finally picked up. Got that. Super excited. Sorry. Just had to show it off for a little bit for the Bergara. Yep. I was thinking about getting a Rimex due to lead times are much shorter. See, that's the thing, James. I did not want to wait 15 weeks. That's what the lady from, I think her name was Kim or Jen or something like that. I had talked to her on the phone after I had sent out the email. And she said lead time was 15 weeks. And I'm just like, oh, good Lord, that's a long time. Oh,
Plus 5, action. Great question, and hello to you out there. But so Rick has the Voodoo V-22 with the Ace barrel, which is what you're going to get from Voodoo when you order it. I've got the V-22, but I have a Bartling barrel in an MTU contour. I've always run that MTU. I love it. The M24s had that MTU contour. It's something I've always ran. And so I wanted it, and I've shot them both. I've shot them both with the same exact ammunition. I cannot tell a difference. They both shoot lights out, equally lights out. So, yeah, that's where we're at with that.
Why would anybody change the Ruger Precision trigger? It is an adjustable from the factory.
It's not adjustable enough. You can speak about that.
Yeah, I picked one up. I was lucky enough to find a gentleman. He may be watching this channel. I don't know. I can't remember his name, but he had sold me a Trigger Tech. It was a
No, it was a Timney.
Oh, it was a Timney. That's right. That was right. And I had picked that up for $150. I had put it into the rifle, and you know what? Way smoother, and you're paying extra money, but you're getting a great trigger. There is a little bit of difference for sure. Not that it didn't have an okay, decent trigger, but it doesn't have that stupid little button on there. You know, a lot of people don't like that little safety. What do you call that thing?
It's just, the Timney is just a better feeling, more crisp trigger.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that little.
Yeah, it doesn't have the plunger, safety plunger on there, whatever.
I don't like those things. So that was the reason why, Drew. And I picked it up for a damn good price, and I could always turn around and sell it later.
Brian Duchesne.
Ray, how do you feel having your whole shooting preference change midstream? I won't go down the 22 PRS.
Like I said, got to eat that crow.
Eye awakening, right? I've always wanted to do this. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. Just finally got knucklehead over here high into the 22 long rifle stuff. Not that he wasn't before, but he's liking it now.
I honestly thought it was going to be too slow. I didn't think, because guys, coming from doing these ruck style matches where you're putting down 15, 20 miles in a couple days, and everything's quick, it's on the clock as fast as you can go, 4 minutes. I honestly thought 90 seconds on a PR stage was going to be boring as hell. Okay, I'm just going to say it straight out. And
why?
Because it's 90 seconds. What the hell? I can shoot a 3-gun match, and stages are 180 seconds, 240 seconds, and it's go squirrel the whole time, And so I'm like, 90 seconds. It's why I don't like USPSA. I'm sorry, guys. Those that know me, I used to do that. I had fun with it. I did well with it. But I go to these other matches, and the stages are like 27 seconds, or it's 15 seconds.
Well, that's why you shouldn't be such a good shooter. You get more time.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just, you're going from stage to stage. Oh, you're going to shoot 20 stages in a day. Yeah, but they're 13-second stages, and I didn't get a lot of excitement out of that. It's just like that real quick burst, and okay, and I'm done. And I hate that, right? So anyway, long story short, we do this PRS, and it's 90 seconds, go, but you're getting a lot of stages in a day, a lot more than you're ever going to get in 3-gun.
We had, 11?
Yeah, in a day.
Yeah.
And so cool. I enjoyed it. We had some rucking in there, or hiking. It wasn't just, drive your car from stage to stage.
It was cool.
Well, then
I thoroughly enjoyed
the climate changed as well as far as ammunition, primers, powder, bullets, and it's an expensive game. It really is.
Yeah, what he's saying is it's hard to find that kind of stuff right now. So, and I think you talk about it in a little bit in your video. I don't know if you ended up putting that in there, but everything, all these components, even if you're a reloader and trying to reload, if you're still shooting 3-gun and having to either buy or make shotgun shells and 5.56 or 2.23 and pistol,
yeah,
you're eating away at the pile of your storage, basically.
Yeah, I am. I've pretty much decided for 2021, I'm probably not going to do much, if any, 3-gun at all. I'm just not going to do it. To shoot up my 9mm, to shoot up 5.56 and shotgun, and plus I was getting kind of burnt out on it anyway. You guys know that. And I've always been one of those that jump from discipline to discipline to discipline, because I'm one of those that I really like to learn.
Yeah,
and I'll try silhouette, I'll try this, I'll try that, and it's whatever one that kind of grabs me. I'll do that for a while until I do really well at it, and I'll move on. Just trying to learn.
+5 says now you're shooting 125 stages, each is 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Spy Sweeper says, how do you like those Bagaras? Was close to getting one versus a Tika, but I decided to go novelty. Skinny and picking up the Sig Cross 6.5. Man, that's a mouthful.
Yeah,
And
this came
recall.
up, Spy Sweeper. We talked about this last week about the recall. I think it was nothing fancy.
What was the recall?
The recall was that you'd pull the trigger, it wouldn't fire. You touch the bolt and the fire.
Oh, that was that one. Yeah,
and that's the one that caused the recall. And I hate to say it, but
yeah, I think Bad Billy says it really good. He says
Sig's been like that.
NRL is gonna thrive.
Yeah, I even predicted that as well, Bad Billy. In the video that I'm uploading to release tomorrow, I think 2021 will be a bigger year for Rimfire, because it's hard to get 22 right now, but you can still get it, and you can still shoot these matches without having to spin an arm and a leg.
Yeah, right now you guys should be collecting like 45 long Colt and 30 lever action stuff, because once all the 22 ammo fades away, we're all going to be shooting like cowboy action shit or something. Wherever the ammo's left, that's what I'm saying. Let's see it. I'll kick both your butts at USPSA. Well,
is that Val?
Yeah, that's Bob.
I'll kick both your butts in USPSA. Will one of you?
Well,
one of you for sure.
Yeah.
I hear you, Val. I hope you've been doing well. Seems like you've been building a lot of homes here lately.
Yeah, you have. Hey, Val, will you beat me in long range stuff, though? I don't know. And I don't even care.
Do you think Sig will let us know
what the issues would be, what the issue was or could have been, even though many had no issues? I don't know. It depends on how good the company is. There's a lot of times there's recalls and they don't really talk about it. Some companies do that sometimes, and I'll give you a good example. Was the Ruger. The Ruger 45 had some issues at one time. Massive recall. They notified everybody just for safety concerns, and they fixed that really quick, and your pistol came back.
That's right.
Quite
the
fast.
2245 lights.
Yep.
That's right. I remember that recall. I had someone back.
Yeah. So if it's a good company, they won't hide it, hopefully, due to safety reasons. And if they're a bad company, they will hide it. So
I'm not going to say I wasn't intrigued by the Sig Cross. I had been considering getting one of those because
matches.
It was a well thought out platform, although it does look very similar to a Q rifle, which that's Kevin Briggingham, I believe is his name. I believe he was the owner and inventor of AAC Suppressors, and then he sold that out. Well, he had the Q rifle. I had a chance to play around with it, and then I saw the Sig Cross, and they were very similar. But what I like about that Sig Cross is, and forget the Fury round and all that, it's just being able to take an AR-15 armorer's wrench and change your barrel out.
That's awesome.
To go. I mean, the platform's good. The chassis looked good. The price point was decent on it. But then I saw that video and I was like, yeah, not yet. Not yet. I don't want to be the test monkey.
More hiccups. Always got to have hiccups. Bad Billy's got his 500,000 rounds. I said 1 million the other night. I was like, I got a buddy that's got, I think, 1 million rounds of 22 ammo, but I was corrected. It's 500,000 rounds. My 1873 and 4440 is waiting for the big return. Let's see, probs and AR sort of sniper are up. Joaquin's out there. How you doing, Joaquin? Appreciate you showing up. I think they are stumped with the receiver and trigger design. It may take a while.
Well, I've never seen anything do what that did in the video, and it was repeatable to where you literally pulled the trigger, it did not fire, and when you touched the bolt, it fired. And I mean, come on, it was crazy. That's like one of the worst scenarios there is.
Especially if the guy gets it open.
You want to unload it. Yeah, that's when it was firing.
Boom.
And so that's a bad scenario.
Especially if you like actually get it to the point where the bolt's released from the lugs.
All right, guys. So I'm going to share something else with you. I want to hear your ideas on this, if you don't mind, Rick. I haven't talked about my channel, but you know, I told you we're doing don't
show your junk off, all right?
That's all right. You know, we're doing the
that belt,
the bag, but I've got an idea for a belt. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So, if any of you guys wear the larger rigger belts, and a lot of us will wear those, I mean, they seem like they hold the pants up. I don't like a little thin dress belt or anything. You know, whether it's a Black Hawk or whether it's a 511 or whatever. And a lot of them are too rigid. And have you noticed that maybe your lower back hurts at the end of the day, or you're sitting in a car on a long trip and it's kind of aggravating? Well, I showed you guys the belt the other day, and this is what Sam and I came up with. I just want to hear your thoughts on it. It is a Cobra buckle belt. This gets better. You haven't seen it all yet. So it's a Cobra buckle belt. It's adjustable from both sides. You can pull the small female end through your belt loop without any issue, without taking it off or anything else. And no one's seen this. You guys will be the first to see it. Yep. But this was an idea that I had, and that was to put heavy-duty mil-spec webbing right here in the middle and split the belt. So this actually stretches. You guys see that? And it will return back to shape. And that's going to be at the 6 o'clock position under your belt loop or belt keeper. Where this is beneficial, and I'll let Rick try it today because I'm in love with this thing. For any of you guys that carry in the waistband, or if you carry appendix, when you're wearing your belt, number one, it's nice to have that adjustability when you put the pistol in. But now when you bend over or you squat down, you're not getting that big compression because the belt does give just a little bit. And you're not going to be able to see that. But that's the latest idea that I've come up with for the belt, because I've never seen one. And it doesn't stretch much, but it stretches just enough so it doesn't kill your back. I just want to hear what you guys think.
Joaquin says it'll save your back.
Yeah, I think so as well.
That's cool, and I like that idea on the belt X-ring.
All right, so I think this is going to be it. We're still going to proof this out some more. Rick's got a belt without it that he's proofing out, and so we're going to let a bunch of guys proof them and see, and hopefully we can offer this at a pretty good price. But man, this thing is so comfortable.
That looks great, especially for the after match
banquets. Yeah. So there it is. Yeah, I was actually driving home last night after the chat, and I called Sam and I said, I want to try something. Let's make a prototype. And so Sam whipped it up. Big shout out to him, because this was exactly what I was envisioning. And like I said, this is all mil-spec materials as well.
Joaquin had a pullover. You got his attention.
Cameron, sign me up.
Cameron says, I like it. That belt doesn't look stiff enough.
Yeah. I don't want a stiff belt. I've had every stiff belt known to man, and they actually, I don't know if it's just.
I'll take two as long as there are fat guy sizes.
Yeah, we're going to run some big boy sizes for sure.
Yeah, big boy sizes. That is a fantastic looking battle belt, DW says.
Yeah, it's more of an everyday belt than I would call it a battle belt, but it does look good. We'll do a couple different colors in this. I know we can do green in it. Because there is, they do have some green webbing material like this, but no green cloth.
It's all about the options.
We'll proof it out first.
Let's see. We got Bald and Curious saying stupid stuff. We got Joe says sold.
That's what it looks like when it's on. It's a nice, clean, nothing crazy.
That's right. It's a nice, comfortable belt.
And I even threaded it through sitting down.
Trans out there says, "Can I see the gun on? Can I see the gun on the belt?"
No, can't do that.
No, we're on live. So.
Yeah, and, well, not only that, this belt, and if I do go to market with this design, I want to make sure that it's not something that you hang a belt off of. It would be for appendix or in the waistband. You're carrying at 4 o'clock position. because it'll give you that extra stretch that you'll have in your pants. I wouldn't recommend this belt. I would recommend the one Rick has if you're going to thread your holster through it and carry it on the outside. I agree. Those belts are uncomfortable. I can't see that. How about making them like hammock in the back? I always found wearing a hammock comfortable. Hakama. We'll look into it. I've just got ideas running through here.
It doesn't stop. Smaller buckle, please. It's actually small.
It's a 1-inch buckle. It's a very small 1-inch Cobra buckle. I don't want to, I'm not modeling here, but yeah, it's small. It's actually smaller than the actual belt material itself.
Is it 1 3/4 or 2 inch?
1 3/4.
Yeah, so you can tell that the belt's smaller. You don't have to worry about feeding issues when it comes to some of the different pants. Thanks for mentioning that. Doesn't realize the rules. Oh, yeah, no problem. How do you say that? L-I-N-H.
That's Lin Tran.
Lin Tran. Okay. Tran. Yeah, no problem, Lin Tran. Let's see. Hey, looks good, Ray. We'll hold a clipped holster. Okay. What about a ratchet buckle like core on your belt?
That ratchet system, you've got to put that basically that little ratchet mechanism inside of the belt. You've got to weave it in.
Yeah.
And I still have the core belt that's comfortable, but once again, it's very rigid, which that's great if you're putting a holster on it. But if you're not, you're carrying appendix, it does get you on a long trip. If you're in the vehicle for like 8 hours, I'm taking a heavy duty belt like that off.
Also, they hurt at the opposite hip.
Yeah. And see, you guys have felt it too. I mean, I wanted a belt that was comfortable, look well, and not hurt at the end of the day, and take me 20 minutes to thread through my belt loops. So
I'm trying to find Josie Wells' comment here. Oh shit, it was a while ago, 9 and something.
Well, I appreciate the feedback, guys. Like I said, we'll see how it does. My biggest thing is I don't want any elastic that breaks down over time. Another thing is, you guys have ever taken a leather belt that you've had for about 2 years?
Yeah, it's not
at the 6 o'clock position. It always bends and comes back up. This is going to help alleviate that because that's where I broke it. So the elastic should go back. It might conform a little bit.
Josie Wales, it won't let me go back that far. You'll have to re-ask the question. I apologize. I tried scrolling all the way down. It wouldn't let me. Carrying the waistband at 4 o'clock. They also hurt. Opposite.
Yep.
Ray, is that the same size Cobra buckle you use on the bad MF?
Yes, it is actually the same buckle. We bought a ton of them, as many as we could afford, because they are proud of those buckles. And so we wanted to try it on some belts as well.
What up, Thomas? Thanks for showing up.
It is a true 1-inch Cobra, male and female part. Cobra Kai. Danielson.
See, they're not seeing the face, though, right there. Ray, is that... Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go back to this beauty. Da-na-na-na. She was so sexy. Good-looking son of a gun. The Vudoo V-22 in an NPA chassis. Will you be holding any more PRS classes next year?
Lynn, I think you actually emailed me about that. If not, I did have a bunch of emails about it. It's not a PRS class. I mean, it's a precision rifle. It is, but it's not PRS in the sense of it's just barricade work. It's going to be 4 hours of classroom, thereabouts. Yeah, 3.5 hours of classroom, and then the rest will be the range. What I need to do is take a good look to make sure that if I hold that class, that people have ammunition to attend the class. Maybe I reduce the round count just slightly. We do some positional shooting at the end of the class, let you work on different barricade positions and whatnot. So I'm hoping to do some, get them on the calendar. The range is actually requesting that I give them a calendar date. And I don't see myself doing as many matches, maybe some of these Rimfire and actual PRS matches, but I'm not going to be doing any 3-gun that I can think of. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Rick, we don't know what's going to happen in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many ifs right now. All I'm saying is keep your powder dry and have your stuff ready.
The Brian
'Cause you might
Duchesne.
have to go shoot a match.
That's right. Always shooting matches.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, I got the 6mm from Kenny still. Actually, I need to load ammo for it, and then I can take it out to the range and do the Skittles review I still need to do for ATF.
Something doesn't want
hydrographics.
you to load 6 Creedmoor.
This dumbass.
No. Let's talk about this dumbass first. He orders these competition dies, everything else. He's over here. He's sizing like 100 and something pieces.
No, 100.
And I'm just looking. I'm like, I don't know. Guy's going to bushing dies. Well, I guess he knows something. Anyway,
you weren't even here when I sized.
I was here with you. Well, you were sizing them away, and I was like, okay.
No, that was 6.5 Creed.
So anyway,
he's right.
He gets everything done.
He's right.
And guess what? They were bushing dies, and you didn't have any bushings in there at all.
I didn't order any bushings.
He didn't order any bushings, and so he's like, "Hey man, can you believe what I did? Can I borrow your 6 dies?" So I had a set of 6 Creedmoor dies. They were sitting on the shelf where he probably put them last.
Oh, now it's my fault too. Which could be.
Yeah. So I bring him over here,
50%.
and he looks at him, and he's like, "It's missing." It was a 6.5. If 6.5s were in the case or something, but either way,
No, it was the full length sizing
die.
die was missing. Yeah, it wasn't missing. Oh yeah, it was missing. There was a 6.5 Creedmoor one in there. So you got that. Yeah, no bushings. So I got bushings on the way.
I missed that.
Who was
Shaggy Rifleman.
The Shaggy Man? The Shaggy Man.
Best belt for discipline of a child is a leather belt. Genuine leather, not that fake leather. 1 inch wide with traditional holes.
That's right. For a good whooping.
Yeah, good whooping. I remember those days.
You load on the Dillon yet? No, I have not. Not precision rifle stuff. I have not. Let's see. And that was answered James Smith's. God, those
Outlaw Josie Wells. He's got a.
Did he say it again? Okay. Yeah, he retypes it fine.
Ray, does your no suppressor on precision 22 rifles using factory ammo apply to centerfire rifles using factory ammo for best accuracy as well?
No.
I have not gotten there yet to test that. That has been requested that I find out and do that. We'll see what will happen. I'm going to try to run that at some point. I don't know when I'll be able to. And the bad thing is, guys, I love suppressors. Rick can tell you, I have a lot of cans at the house.
You got cans.
I have cans all over. I mean, you'll trip over cans.
Canalicious.
And I didn't want to hear that. I really didn't. But I also don't want to do anything that's going to be a detriment to shooting a match.
He was sad after that.
Oh, it broke my heart.
Yeah, I was actually sad because I was like, yeah, my suppressor's coming. Hopefully getting a 22, a Voodoo. I'm going to be all set up and ready to go. And then
you'd be like, but I really like those Continental tires, but those Michelins are going to do better.
Yeah.
But I like those Continentals.
I like the tread.
And then you show somebody that they can pull less G's. You know what? I'm going to run those Michelins. So here we are.
And here we are. I also sent Bad MF to National Rifle League.
I also sent to National Rifle League.
Oh, the video link.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate it, guys.
Service Netrunner is great at that stuff.
I will tell you, we have compiled an entire spreadsheet of every single person that emailed me. I should have responded to every single one of you that emailed me, and I do appreciate it. So we do have the list compiled. Just to update things, there were more requests for multicam than we anticipated. So it wasn't just 15. We ended up bumping the initial order to 100 units. We did 50 multicam, 50 coyote. What is that? Is that copperheads instead of cobra? So and honestly, we've sold almost every one of those as far as pre-selling, because we are going to reserve you guys that list.
Yeah, you guys are hooked.
This weekend we will get the website up live. It is not live yet. I keep having people ask me when it's live.
When it becomes
live.
Is it live?
I'll let you guys know one by one on who's on the list, and you can go ahead and pay for it then, but I'm not going to take your money until it's ready to ship, and I've inspected each and every one of them. So that's how it goes right now.
That's true.
If it's not right, it's not going out.
I've not seen a difference with the 6.5 Creedmoor at 1,000 with or without a Q.
Maybe without a suppressor.
Yeah, I would assume. They make great points though. So when you get ready for the stage and you have the rifle held up, right, and you're ready to go, you got your bag in one hand, and they're like, "All right, ready." You know, all that carbon is falling down into your rifle.
You know, it got me thinking.
So that's not good. So now you're firing the.
He's saying he didn't notice the difference at 1,000, but how did you measure it? My question was this: you don't see F-class shooters shooting suppressors, but then I found out that's not allowed. Okay, and I think the reason was they didn't want to limit people from states where suppressors were unlawful. However, I do have a good friend that is a sponsored shooter with many different companies, and he had to send his Thunder Beast back in for cleaning because it had accrued about 4 to 5 ounces of carbon weight buildup inside of it. And that's going to happen with any suppressor. You know, they have all of these different concoctions you can soak it with and everything else. But let's think about this for a moment. Over time, are you not changing the harmonics of your barrel by increasing the weight of the suppressor with carbon buildup? Of course you are.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. You're making that barrel droop more. You're putting more harmonic weight on it. So I can see it being an issue, but the only way to really test this is what we're going to do. Paper test at 1,000 yards. I mean,
you scoot over. We got everybody.
What are you trying to do?
We got everybody complaining about the lighting or some shit.
I can turn it down. It is rather bright.
I can't turn it down. I already tried.
No, you don't do that. That's what I did yesterday. Yeah, you got to use that brain, man.
I don't got a brain, man.
Is that better?
It's better for me. I can actually see the damn camera now. John says camera looks great. What are you using? I'm actually using my newer.
What
computer.
I told him to use last night.
Hold on.
Back at you.
Let's see. Check your ES and standard deviation with can on and off. You will see better numbers.
Okay, Shaggy Rifleman. And Charles Tiffy, I've not forgotten your order. We just got the new hats in. If you can tell, they actually have a little brighter,
it's a lighter string color,
lighter string on the
right.
outside. So I'll give you 2 hats. I do know they have to get to you. Actually, no. Charles Tiffy gets the shirt. Mike STI gets the 2 hats.
Correct.
So we've got those. Yes, you can send me an email. I think it was Shaggy Rifleman about some ideas.
Conservative Cyber says this guy doesn't cook shit. So if you think he's gonna cook,
my wife and my daughter can cook, and we actually had Korean pancakes again tonight. So, and he wouldn't even try it. He was like, "No, not happening."
Well, even your dad was like, eh.
Well, my daughter tried it tonight on her own without my wife being there, and I think she used an American recipe rather than the traditional Korean, and she used the wrong mix, the batter, and so it was a little. What's the word for it?
Careful.
It was like a pancake rather than like a Korean pancake.
Let's see here. What's this say? There's a product by Dayton Wire Wheel for cleaning the gold chrome spokes that breaks down the carbon buildup. Do not get it on aluminum, though. It will bleach badly. Oh, shit, what happened? Dropped out. Let's see. Don't be a ninja nothing. You guys are got some comments quickly here. Don't need no ninja.
So Cameron, I've never sold a hat on the channel. What my intention is, I've always given them away, is when I do get the website up and running, I will offer the hats there as well as X-Ring Customs. So, and I appreciate you asking. And I didn't feel good about the first run because the first run was done here locally and the price was twice the rate of what Rick was able to get this company to do them for. And that company is actually on top of things. Unfortunately, it is out of California, so it's on the other side of the country, but they'll also be doing patches as well. That's
not even in the country.
Yeah, it's in California, so that doesn't even count. But the guys are good, no doubt about it.
Yeah, they are. Great stitching. Mackie says built suppressor weight wouldn't change.
But suppressor weight wouldn't change string spread. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. But your harmonics, which could open your groups up.
There was a question. Oh, yeah, this for sure. This is a good question. The blinker fluid. What's your favorite blinker fluid to use to clean?
That's the thing is I have so many different cans. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but I mean, I've never had a regimen of cleaning my cans that are sealed units. So guys, if you don't know, a lot of user serviceable suppressors Means you can take them apart, like all of your 22s, a lot of your 9mm. You're going to have to disassemble those and clean the baffles and internal components. On your welded or sealed units, you're really relying on the pressure of the round to blow the carbon out, but it's not going to get it out. Over time, it will start getting heavier and heavier. You'll turn it upside down and flakes are going to come out of it, and you're going to notice a difference in weight. So a lot of guys on Silencer Talk and some of these other forums, they have their favorite concoction that's supposed to break it down. Look, unless they're using freaking muriatic acid in there or something, there's no way you're getting all that carbon out. There's no way. It's not happening. Some of that stuff, you can hit it with I think you can hit it with a pickaxe to break the parts off.
Yeah, it's like rocks in there. Big D's got a good question. When we were setting up to try to confirm our dope that our Kestrel was correct, we were doing it in 50 increments. 50-yard increments. But when we were actually at the match getting the dope, they already tell you what the dope is. So if it's at 104 yards, I was typing in 100.
Dope is. They tell you
they tell you what the yardage is. 104 yards, then I would actually go right to 104 because you want to hit something, especially if the targets are small. You got anything to add to that one?
I always check my 50. And then I'll go at 100 and then every 50 yards. I don't do the 175 or 225. And basically, when I build that curve, make sure you're using your DSF. If you know what that is, you should know. You should basically look into your Kestrel and get those DSFs, the drop scale factors set. That way you're not moving it so much. Because you got to remember, and I bring this up in the video, shooting your 22 long rifle at 400 yards, which we had a shot at 396, is going to be further and more dope dialing than you'll ever do on your 6.5 Creedmoor, even at a mile. If you're shooting beyond a mile, maybe, but typically at a mile with a 6.5 Creedmoor, you're going to be somewhere around 24 to 26 mils.
And that's
hell at 400 yards with a rimfire, you're going to be at 30 plus mils. Or so. So, you want to make sure you get all those numbers right. You're going to take more closer shots than you will further ones, but you don't want to miss those. You're giving up those points.
You going to use a cannon for your 6?
John, I'm going to do some testing. I really am.
It's got
me rethinking everything. It really does. And I want to look into this because, I've got great ear protection. And if I'm shooting an individual match, I'll just put in the ear protection. It is nice sometimes not having them, but I don't know. I want to do some testing on the Maverick as well.
Oh, it's nice when everybody else uses it.
Yeah, or if you're just practicing, it's great.
Yeah. I
don't know what I'm going to do.
No blinker fluid required, Scribble says.
Guys, as cool as suppressors are, you got to think it's a little bit of a hassle. Let's just bear with me for just a moment. You're adding 8 inches to your barrel. So you're making a long barrel longer.
Yep.
You got to deal with more mirage now. You got to have a good suppressor cover. You got something that's crazy hot that you don't want to touch.
On your leg.
Yeah. And it's quiet, but if you're already wearing the ears and you got a really good set of ear pro, look, I hate shooting unsuppressed. I hate it. I love shooting suppressed.
Every rifle should just have a suppressor.
But I'm just wondering, in all this precision competition shooting world, if I'd have just not run one.
I don't know. We'll find out when the test results come in.
And think on the AR guys. And look,
they suck
on my machine guns, on my AR, any of that, it's going to have a can on it.
Yep.
But now all of your rounds are going to get dirty from top to bottom. It just filthies up the action.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Your mags, you have to work on the back pressure or use a suppressor adjustable bolt. There's a whole lot going on with using the cans on getting these things right. Anyway. Yeah.
No, that's the thing though. It's got a huge
being honest.
It's got a huge cool factor, and especially when you move somewhere and you move into America, you're like, yeah, I want one of those. Wait, I want 2 of those. But the AR, like the 5.56 stuff, when the first time I heard a suppressor in 5.56, I was like,
that's a 22 Magnum.
That thing sucks. Yeah, that was loudest. It was loud. I didn't like
5.56 is one of the hardest rounds to suppress.
Let's see.
Effectively.
Seems like every match I go to, you have at least one stage shooting through a barrel, which sucks with brakes.
Oh, yes, it does. They'll always have one of them big blue barrels or big round barrels, and it's boom, or in a tire or something. I do get that. No,
or the what are those culverts? The big
the concrete culverts.
Yeah, we got to shoot in it.
They always do that.
It's
It's
loud
like,
as shit.
you know what? I hate this stage.
Yeah, that's true. You're like, maybe I will throw a suppressor on for this stage. I just hate adding weight on end. Yeah, everything's going to change a little bit.
Yeah, Danny J, the tires do sound funny.
There's a reason PRS NRL shooters.
Yeah, exactly.
The country don't shoot suppressors.
Yeah, Charles, when we went over to the match in Utah, there's a couple running around, but there's not many.
No,
but yet you go to a ruck style match. If you don't have one, it's like everybody's got one.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Holy hell, I can't hear!" Oh,
it's different shooters.
Totally.
You don't see a lot of crossover. I mean, I see a lot of the guys that do those matches, and you don't see them in PRS, but I don't see those PRS guys doing that. It's a different mindset.
That's kind of good because those guys would rock it, honestly. PRS,
they would, but it's a different type of shooting.
Yeah,
it's a different type. It's unknown.
It is unknown.
All of it's under the clock. Not that they couldn't learn.
You have to find the targets.
They couldn't learn. I mean, they could learn this other way as well, but I think it's just what you gravitate towards, you know?
Talking about 300 blackout, red shot, which can did you use for that?
Today I shot the R squared.
Yeah, the R squared. God, that thing was amazing.
Yeah, I
can't wait to get one of those. I was looking at the Scar 20-inch. What did I say? 20s, 6.5 Creedmoor. What would be barrel length? Semi-auto platform. Would it be better off getting a platform with 308?
That's a good question, Joe. And I think Joe actually sent me a friend's request on Facebook. I'll look and see. But you're going to get better barrel life out of a 308. Plain and simple, you're typically going to get more rounds through a barrel with a 308 than you will with a 6.5 Creedmoor. 6.5 Creedmoor, you're going to get a tremendous amount of rounds. I mean, it could be anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 maybe if you're lucky. But all of that is going to depend on rate of fire, cooling, everything else. You take that Scar and you're doing mag dumps all day, every day. Yeah, you're going to burn it out much quicker. I've seen some 6.5 Creedmoors go under 2,500 rounds, and I've seen some 308s go as far as 10,000 rounds. You know, depends on what you're doing with it. They're both great cartridges.
How fast you're shooting. What type of ammo you're using, probably, and
there's a lot of variables.
Yeah,
that'd be a tough call. That'd be a tough call because they're both great cartridges.
But do you want to be a little more accurate? Let's see. It's just nice to go plinking with suppressed. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. I agree with you,
Tally.
It's the best damn day ever. Nothing but a couple cases of some ammo. And a bunch of know your limits targets and a bunch of different things to try to shoot off. And I'd just wave goodbye for 9 hours. Like, bye. I could go do this all day long.
Yeah, Charles Tippy, I shot a 260 Remington for a long time, and they're great in a large frame platform. It's funny how everything goes full circle. Like I said, it's for all intent and purposes, it's pretty much the same as a 6.5 Creedmoor, just a different shoulder angle.
Yep, Scribble agrees. Ray, do you think you might take a look at the SIG Mod 9 suppressor?
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not a huge fan of SIG suppressors. I've shot a lot of them, and I'm just not a huge fan of them. I personally don't own any of the SIG suppressors. I have someone put me in touch with Rexilium, I believe it is. So I might be getting one of those to test. I'm not sure. And I'm still trying to get an R6 that someone had asked me about. I'm going to see if I can get one of those to test.
Nice. Be on the lookout for those reviews. What's the suppressor you got to do a review of still?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
Oh, yeah. I've got a so, you know, the Mark 18 rifle, you know, the Daniel Defense Mark 18, the SOCOM suppressor for that is the Surefire, the RC series, the RC2. They came out with the RC and then the RC2, and I've never reviewed one on the channel. I've got one it's actually never been fired. So yeah, I'll review it. It's got the NSM numbers and everything, so it's pretty cool.
We tested the OSS suppressors, didn't we?
Yes, and a lot of people ask about the OSS. I've shot pretty much every OSS out there, and when we went to the Big Daddy or the Iraq Veteran 8888 shoot, they had a booth that we were set up beside of, and we shot pretty much everything. Yeah,
conservative sniper. No, we didn't go with KB32. Kind of back to the AMLA thing. And I'm transitioning, trying to do more long range, and I was picking this thing up today, so there wasn't anything that was going to stop me from picking that up.
We're a few hours from KB32.
Yeah.
And then that match is another 2 hours away from him, which means I'm not going to shoot a little local 3-gun match and drive 4.5 hours and 4.5 hours back. Not going to happen. I know it's a great facility with good people, but yeah, I think 3-gun's going to die down for me this year.
Scribble's waiting for the Omega to get out of jail. Anything about Liberty suppressors?
No, I've heard good things about them.
Are those the guys out of the Utah or Colorado or Montana or something?
I'm not sure. I think they got the Liberty Mystic. It's supposed to be a good one. There's quite a few. I think they make good cans.
Dead Air,
great cans.
Dead Air.
I've shot a lot of the Dead Airs. There's quite a few that I did reviews on, but never had a chance, and I lost the footage, but I never had a chance to put them out there.
Doesn't Big Johnson have a Dead Air?
I don't know if he does or not.
Yeah, I thought he did.
I think he does. Sandman's a good one. Was it the Nomad? It depends on what you're trying to do with it. I mean, but they do make great cans, great warranty, and I think right now they're pretty much top of their game.
Sal's got an idea. He says if you can design a New York compliant suppressor, you can probably sell 10,000 of them in a day.
Yeah.
22 suppressors, which is easier to clean? Dead Air, Master, Thunder, Beast, Takedown.
Okay, so let's highlight that one so I can actually read it.
Justin.
Okay, so Justin asked, which is easier, the Dead Air Mask or the T-Back, the Thunder Beast Arms Takedown? They're both easy. The easiest one to clean is going to be something like, and it's probably not the best performing, but like the Silencer Co Sparrow.
Nice, bad Billy.
You don't have individual baffles where you just got the two semi-spheres, you pull it out, boom, and then there it is, and you clean it. The Thunder Beast is very simple. It's numbered. Make sure you go left or right instead of right to left with the numbers. I know that sounds simple, but you don't want to put that one in backwards. But anything that's got like the Orion or M-style baffles, I mean, they're pretty easy. Dead Air Mask, which I did shoot one of those. That's one of the ones I lost the video on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they're simple to clean anyway,
yeah.
And I don't get crazy with them. Just try to stay on top of it. Don't shoot 5,000 rounds and decide you want to clean it. The sooner you can get them clean, the easier they stay clean. It's like keeping bolts clean on your vehicle. You're not trying to break through rust.
Yeah, Charles, that's the one a friend is shooting in Oklahoma, I believe.
Yeah. The Mystic X.
And they're great for...
you can do a ton of different things with them.
Where the hell is that?
The one about the OSS with 5.56.
Oh, different question. Where's that at?
They do well because they don't get a lot of back pressure. But to me, they just sound loud. Now, everybody's different. You're going to hear things differently. But they are rather loud.
There's a lot to do with tone.
Yeah, tone is everything.
Tone is everything.
He doesn't hear tones the way I hear them.
Yeah.
You guys don't hear them the same way we hear them. And, some things are like, man. Okay, so I'll tell you guys, Surefire cans are some of the loudest I've ever heard. Now, they're built like tanks. You can't destroy them.
They're heavy as shit.
But when they came out with the Rider 9 and the Rider 9 Ti, got a couple of those. I never reviewed one, but if you want a review, I'll give you a review of one. But they're loud. The tone is horrible. They're not bad, but they actually hurt my ear a little bit. And I was just not impressed with it.
It's like a snap, thwap or thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Bad Billy's got the full, he got the air mask. Dead Air Mask.
Yeah.
What
did Tiffy say? Right there. I can't see it.
Mr. Charles.
PRS finale is coming up this weekend. Yes, it's going to be in Oklahoma.
Yep.
We have a friend that's going out shooting that. He'll do really well, I'm sure. And he was actually training out at the range today for that.
The Commando, they banned those. Let's see. What works better against COVID, mask or suppressor? Both. That's when you do this precision long range social distancing. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. A large pillow, that's the New York compliant suppressor.
Okay, so Joe Bender says he cleans his every 500 rounds. That's awesome. That's what you should do. But there's a lot of guys that just neglect their suppressors like badly. And it's easy to do, especially if you got a semi-automatic. You're just going through brick after brick, and next thing you know, you got some big mess in
You're
there.
like, I haven't cleaned this thing in 30,000 rounds.
Yeah. So Joe Bender says he just throws the baffles in ultrasonic cleaner. I don't recommend ultrasonics with aluminum. So just, if you've got regular steel baffles or something, great, but just keep your aluminum stuff out of sonic cleaners.
Actually tested the possibility of a blanket as a shotgun suppressor.
Reduce the primer shot by about 50 to 70%. Or if you're going to suppressor to hunt with, which would it be? It depends on the caliber. I will tell you some of the best hunting suppressors. I'm going to say it. I mean, the Thunder Beast, I'm a huge fan of those. Now, I've played around with all the silencer codes, the harvesters, and all these other ones. I like the Thunder Beast suppressors. They work well. Their old thing used to be they weren't full auto rated, but that doesn't matter. You're not full auto rating, but they are expensive. They are expensive suppressors. And there are a lot of really good alternatives out there without spending that kind of money. But
what chemical to clean a 22 suppressor? ? Bad Billy.
Well, if you stay on top of it, all I ever had to use is Hops number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a plastic scraper tool or something. And that's pretty much all I need, as long as you stay on top of it. I don't know what happens when you get it caked on.
Yeah, see, Commando, he does it every time after he shoots.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's easy to keep it clean.
That's right. And you get to screw around. That's fun.
What is that?
Inconel baffles.
Inconel.
Inconel. Okay,
so ultrasonic cleaner with Inconel baffles. You'll be fine. Inconel is extremely, extremely tough. You should be fine with that. Inconel is usually used on a lot of primary blast baffles, so they're used to a lot of basically abrasion and everything, but aluminum has just never been good in ultrasonic cleaners over time.
Charles got himself a 50% off Thunder Beast shirt.
Nice. I've got one of those sitting on my desk, and I haven't even cashed it in because I know they're so far behind right now. And they just released all their new ones, and their new Dominus can. Well, you actually got a chance to hear that, and it was actually a nice can.
Yeah. Get that thing ordered so you can get it.
Yeah, that's it. Pistol Pete says simple green.
I have heard simple green.
Yep, and we actually, when I did the development with the R² K9, we did simple green, purple power, we did steel tumblers, we did ultrasonics just to see, but they're titanium, and we didn't have any issues.
Just figure easy way to line up gas blocks. Use a straw on gas tube, blow in straw while turning block until best flow. There you go, that'll work.
So which end of the barrel are you plugging?
Like a trumpet. Joe Combs.
No, he's actually going into the gas tube itself. Actually, he uses it like a straw. He just blows into that and then lines it up. That's not a bad idea if you can tell. All right.
What is the best 22 long rifle can for the money? Well,
man, there's a lot of good ones, Joe. Some of my favorites.
Did some good
testing.
testing.
He said for the money. The Silencer Co. Switchback has been the quietest 22 can I've ever tested in my life with an actual meter.
And I didn't want it to win over.
And we're not talking about a phone meter either. We're talking about calibrated, legitimate equipment. It's the quietest one, but it's not the cheapest. And you're not going to be able to find one for a while because Rick had one on order and it still hasn't surfaced anywhere. But I think you're going to pay $500-ish for that. I think the rugged Oculus is a great can. for the money.
Oh, for the money, the Sparrow. That's a sweet ass can.
Sparrow's not a really inexpensive can.
Yeah, but it's right there.
And the Rugged smoked it. You get a lot of first round pop with the Sparrow. The Sparrow's old. It's old and outdated, but it started it all.
Ever shoot a Terminator 2 muzzle brake?
No,
Made in New Zealand.
Never heard of it.
No, Josie Wells. Put a piece of tape over the end of the barrel. I think they're still talking about the trumpet. Put a piece. Yep, still there. What's this one say? I think car dealerships use wheel cleaners too. Just automatic car wash. Wheel cleaner. It'll take that 50% Thunder Beast instead of a hat. Yeah, can't.
Okay, so I have an interesting story about, if you guys, Drew Bradley's comment here. So you have to be careful with wheel cleaners, because I've actually seen an entire, 20 brand new cars destroyed their mags because of wheel cleaners. They have some of these ride and drives they do all over, and we're talking about some really high end cars. And they sent a guy out to go to the local parts warehouse, like an AutoZone or an O'Reilly's, and pick up some mag wheel cleaner and sprayed these. They were all over $100,000, sprayed the entire line of cars with this mag cleaner. They go back about 15 minutes later to spray them off, and it literally stripped all of the mags, the clear coat and everything off of them. That was huge, because the manufacturer could not use those cars with those wheels because of how it represented the company, and they had to put new mags on every single car. Ouch. True story.
I think somebody got fired for that.
Yeah, that actually happened. I think it was out in Fontana, out in California, as a matter of fact. I was out at that racetrack, and it was, somebody got in big trouble over that.
Applied Performance Shooting says, Simple Green is the best all-purpose cleaner ever. Years of washing dirt bikes. Now use it for everything.
Man, it smells.
It does got a good smell.
Delicious.
It's delicious. Where's he at when you need him? See, have you ever heard anything about the Silencer Co. Switchback? I have one in jail. Should get out any day.
Yeah, I actually lead mining. I did a full review of that.
That's a great one.
And it is the quietest suppressor on the market. Their decibel reduction numbers are legitimate, and it is the quietest. Now, in order to get that quietness out of it, it has to be more than a 16-inch length barrel. You're going to have to use it in the full-length configuration, and you're basically going to take the end module and rotate it 180 degrees. So you're basically shooting it with the baffles backwards. The only thing I will tell you, it is extremely sensitive.
Oh, God.
If you do not have your baffle stack dots lined up perfectly. If you get those off, you will have huge spreads in accuracy. If you can get those dots lined up perfectly and put the stacks in there, you're going to have...
Wait.
What?
That was the one problem with that.
Correct. I'm warning him, letting him know.
No, but it doesn't let you know.
It doesn't let you know. It's your job to actually look. But yeah, and then also you don't know when you've actually done the 180. There's no marking that's going to indicate that, hey, I flipped it 180 degrees. And you're only supposed to do that on a 16-inch barrel. So you're not supposed to take that and then throw it on your 22. You could get a baffle stripe. But my point was, they have little witness marks on each of the baffles, and you want to make sure that those are in perfect alignment. And if you just snap it together, it's close enough.
And he says perfect. Dispersion. We were off, I don't even know how.
Maybe a 30 seconds.
And the bullet went from shooting perfect to like, I don't remember, was it right, left, who knows, but it was way off. It was amazing what happens when you're just barely off with that thing. And I'm talking just 30,000.
But I do like that suppressor. They did a really good job with that.
Coca-Cola might work. I would have bought the switchback over there, the mask, but on back order forever. Yeah, I've been waiting for one for like 6-7 months probably. That's before I can even get it in jail. Price. Process range Bergara can't be beat. And that what the hell is that?
I can't read this.
Boom. Justin, in that
price range.
Oh, okay. Price range.
Can't be beat.
Phil Swift recommends Flex Seal.
Oh, jeez.
Later, boys and girls. It is
29 Celsius and 70 in Sydney.
Very nice. Have a great day.
All right, you take
Have
care.
a great day. We're all going to bed and you're having a good day.
What's that one? Yes, now on dirt bikes have a bunch of different materials.
So you really have to
good cleaners. I've ruined anodizing. Exactly. It'll strip anodizing off, and especially with motorcycles, you'll get into some of these crazy wheel sets, and you're gonna have like orange anodizing or whatever you've decided, and it'll strip that stuff right off. Just got to be careful with it. Read those labels.
Caustic brand with 220 dB microphone. I should dig that out. Find it. It's been 20 years. All right. Have a good night, fellas. Have a good night, Cameron. Let's see. Best 9mm can for a sub gun. This one. That's the best one. Bill Sweeney.
Yeah,
he's not going to say that because he's like, if you want a suppressor for 9mm and you want the best, it's the Microtech Defensive Industries, the R2 K9 or the K9 R squared.
But it's also one of the most expensive 9mm cans you can purchase.
It said best.
Okay, well.
Who's coming to Oklahoma for the finals? I might go watch a little. 3 Crowns. That would be fun, but man.
See you, Brian.
That ain't happening. 3 Crowns, I'll most likely be there ROing. Nice, Charles. It's good to see you out there, buddy. Good night, all. PPV fight getting ready to start on 30 minutes. Oh, pay-per-view. Who's fighting? Who's fighting? When are we getting in, Charles? It's broken
when
down.
When are you getting in? All right. Well, it's been a great chat. Great topic.
Yeah, it was fun. We're at an hour and a half, and let's see, Shakes is break a tooth. You guys have a great night. Appreciate it. We had a lot of good stuff out there. A lot of great comments, a lot of great questions. And do they allow spectators? I would assume so. With that said, we can't forget the Voodoo is in the house. Man, let me get out of here. The Voodoo is in the house. The Eagle has landed. See you guys. Stay safe. Have a great night. And
have a good evening, great weekend.
Appreciate everybody showing up. 60 of you.